What's up, everybody? We're back. Hello, well, all of us except Ryan, because he sucks. Doesn't have a watch.
Ryan's a stupid face.
He lives on.
I can hear everything you're saying.
He lives on New
Get
Brunswick.
your fucking Mimo chair already then, with your fucking veggie bites.
What's up, everybody? How's it going, John? Insomnia, Mystics, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you. Kamzak yourself, Nasaka, Aves. Me, Aves. How's it going? I've decided now I'm going to animate that cookie emote, which was so nicely made by you. Appreciate you very much. I'm going to animate it so it looks like it's being thrown into the mouth of that emote. It's going to be great. So the Wartail redeems on. Do I? I knew I forgot something. Pro streams right here. That's fine.
Keeping you honest. I like
And you know
it.
what? Honestly, like they have to be a thing. So like I get it. I understand. I forgot about the rewards. I had everything else set up so early. I was like, I think I'm good. Turns out I suck. Anyway, well, I am floundering here. Ryan, I do believe you've started your streaming journeys, my friend. Why don't you go ahead and tell all of the people about that? While I
Big
get the
Purple
redeem
House
set
on
up.
the Hill happens every evening, mostly, as long as I, get my 8 hours. And I got 11 hours tonight, so you goddamn know what's happening tonight. It's a lot of fun. Come on by. I play games. I dance a lot. I sing. It's a lot of fun, I think. I'm pretty sure. I make it nice. Come here and help me make it nice.
Oh no. Make it good.
Let me make it nice.
There you go. Okay, inspirational quote. Weather check. We're all done. Boom. Nailed it. Perfect timing. Also, we got Peter here doing his thing over at Fire Mission Battery. Pete, you want to tell us about what's going on over there right now?
Oh,
Be my
man,
guest.
Fire Mission Battery, just cranking out the tunes and cranking out the stuff. Come
Shout
check
out
us out on
cranking out.
Instagram or the old Facebook. Just prepping right now, building lots of stock. Crazy things. Just come check it out.
You can get all
Spells,
kinds of
see how
cool
it's
shit.
made.
The pyramid's
Yeah.
like done, dude.
You
I
paint,
finished
me
it.
Paint, we all paint.
Yeah, you can
It's
paint your
all-
own.
Could you,
He'll paint them
could you
for
lend me
you.
a hand?
It's pretty great.
I
Pretty
could, but
happy
it's
with it.
upstairs. So nice lead, though. I appreciate you and what you did. But I could give you a sewer tunnel. Like, does that work? I don't know. Kinda. Who knows?
Sure,
Come check it
sure.
out.
I'm like, what's the context of the sewer tunnel print? I needs to know.
Sewer
So that's what the tentacles come out of. So the base is that sewer thing, and then they reach out, and then you
Sit on them.
I got.
attach your lovely wine flutes to them and holds it. It's a nice little talking.
It's like
piece.
it's a multi wine holder. It doesn't just hold. I thought you just put like one bottle in the middle of the tentacles.
No, this is for the actual glasses.
Oh.
Hold on. I got.
That makes
I
so
got you.
much more
You
sense
wanna-
now. Now we have. I just thought a wine bottle could like sit right smack dab in the middle of it, and it would look really cool. Oh.
So there's 4 tentacles, 4 glass holders. Preferably not the big fucking like half liter.
Yeah, don't do the big
full
hefty
of junk.
small
But I
glasses,
Who
people.
prefers
Small
Chardonnay?
glasses. Yeah, like go with a
Right.
nice champagne
I'm
glass.
French. I'm in a
maybe.
box wine anyway. They measure by box.
Not the box wine. It will also hold your box wine in between the 4 tentacles. Oh god. Hell yeah. Well, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, we have covered everything, I think. Oh, updates. Nothing. We are currently moving on to Tony Hawk Underground 2 on Wednesdays because we powered right through the first one. Super good time. Really good hit of nostalgia. Tomorrow, Ryan, if you're off or if you're still good, we'll be doing some Stardew. If not, I'll be filling it with something else. But he's still good. Chris, if you're awake, feel free to hang out. Otherwise, we will catch you later. So we're going to do some Stardew tomorrow, Tony Hawk on Wednesday, and then more War Tales on Thursday. Hoping to get the Baldur's Gate 3 runs back up and going on Saturday for Gunner's Gate with JTB. We have had just a horrible month of trying to get that fucking stream session going. We've had power outages. We've had sickness. We've had plague. That's the same as sickness, but worse. And then this week, again, power outage. It's truly been a rough time. I just want to play my modded Baldur's run with JT. They're like this close to getting to Act 2, not to beating it. God, you don't beat that game. You just wander around in Act 1 for 100 fucking hours. I get advantage from Kieran. Thank you.
Why would you do that?
Thank you, buddy. Is that because the dice finally arrived? I'm so happy. It took the longest to get to you, just so you're aware, Kieran. Shipping to Europe from Canada is pain.
It's horrendous.
It's horrible.
But we still love him.
We love him. Just shame on him for living in Europe. Kind of cringe when there's a whole other continent right over here. Just saying. No. But
we can say our friendship is international.
We do have international friends now.
Put it in our hat.
The goose got lost on the way. Yes, the carrier goose. He took a little stop off. He had to go south for the winter, and then winter decided it was gonna fuck off for a little while. So he's like, I got time, and he scooched up to you before all the storms rolled in. But I think, without any further ado, we're ready to get into things. So, first, a little recap where we left off last week. The party, for our first ever game of the new year, for first game of 2024, returned to spring their long-awaited ambush upon an Imperium convoy that was traveling westward to the port city of Tursa, which has been under siege for several weeks now, and you basically cut off their relief effort, more or less. However, the ambush did not go completely perfectly, and you did lose a rather sizable amount of men. I think 9 in total of your core group of 20 were taken out during the battle, in which there was a copious amounts of fireballs and explosions happening, probably the most we've ever had on stream. However, you did emerge victorious from the fight, with Mantuka taking the brunt of the damage from the leader until Satyr could finally get the killing blow as Mantuka was engaged in combat with him. The rest of the party disposing of people in their own way, and then realizing that perhaps victory had been achieved and no more death need be dealt. Stanislav, standing atop of the carriage that he had taken for himself as high ground, ordered a command to the Imperium soldiers, who all dropped their arms in surrender. You captured them, tied them up, and set patrols around them as you decided what to do with the rest of the people that you had just freed from chains. Some choosing to join your unit, a rather large Goliath woman named Bruda, kind of taking a leadership role there and filling the shoes of some of the people who had been lost, along with a few others. So you did manage to, reinforce your troop, regaining your infantry numbers back up to 10. However, still 4 archers short. With an escort from Bobbert the Goblin, Satyr, along with the people who would not be joining your troop, said their goodbyes and made their way back towards the tunnels of the Underdark, where he would lead both the prisoners and the escaped individuals to safety. And I believe that is where we left off, as the 3 of you with your 16 troops now in tow all stand here in the Incendus Mountains. What would you like to do?
I'll have sent 860 gold worth of various valuables back with them for the effort.
Yeah, okay, I'll just put that right there. I'll put it on Batuka's Trooper's sheet, because that's what's in front of me, and I'll transfer it later. Said 268?
860.
Oh, shit.
Everybody's getting grills.
Yeah, everybody's getting paid. So managing to send a sizable amount of gems and loot back to the Resistance to help fund that effort, while also pocketing a sizable amount of coin for yourselves. You all stand here on the western road to Tursa, knowing you have another target to the east, but not sure how you are going to go about getting there. What is the plan, Mantuka?
Tommy, what time of the day is it right now, DM? After that epic encounter,
it was a pretty long fight.
Props to Adolescent Gregory, because he in that fight caused a lot of chaos and somewhat harnessed aggression.
The fireball.
I let some rage out.
The wasps.
Blew up about 450 kilograms of food, but that's fine.
You definitely did a number on the supply train that you were trying to take back to the Resistance. You did save 1 crate of supplies, which, like, some people gather food and what they can carry. So there's some food and goods making their way back to the sanctuary as well. Just
about 150 kilos that we saved.
Not as much.
It wasn't my fault. It was Grandpa Fireball.
Grandpa Fireball did not fuck around, let me tell you. So in terms of time of day, you guys kind of came out of the Underdark around midday-ish, and then kind of spent a long rest, and then set up for the ambush. So I'd say at most you're looking at midday. The sun is quite high in the sky. Maybe not at its zenith, but around it.
Okay, I'm gonna call forth all the higher ups like Stanny and like probably the sergeant and Steele. We'll do a little rock talk over the map and see plan out a route
Okay.
currently going forward.
So Steele makes his way over to you, Bruda, your new sergeant, who kind of just stepped right into the role, comes over, this towering, massive, muscular, gray-skinned woman. Eventually arrives you. What's up, Morty? Welcome in. How you doing? So you lay the map out flat, just on kind of one of the higher, like, flatter rocks you can find, and it's laid out before you. So you know, in terms of where you are on the map, that the convoy is likely traveling somewhere eastward from the city of Nysal, somewhere along that eastern road there.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to kind of like just talk everyone onto the major features, like let them know where they are on the map, kind of like big to small, and then look at where we're going and where we currently are and kind of the best route. And then if we can't make it in one day, we're kind of looking on the map for places they could stop with large areas that would be able to house our...
I'll say roll me a survival check with advantage. At this point, you're fairly familiar with the area, and you have Stanislav there, who's also innately familiar with it.
Joke's on you, Matsuga always rolls with advantage.
Danny also wants to ask Bruda if she's heard of any, like, while she's been captive, if she's heard of just in passing about any patrols between here and where we're going.
It's always patrols.
That is a nat 20. It's just a skill check, but it's a nat 20, so no big deal.
There's always patrols, but less than they used to be. They're stretched pretty thin these days.
What I like to hear.
Which kind of shifts a little bit. You can tell, like, there's still a little bit left over of a wound from when she was taken that's healed up, but, like, it's still left a bit of soreness there. With a natural 20, Christ almighty, you know a couple very key things here. First, you are just behind that peak, kind of west of the B from Blackhelm. You know a couple things. First of all, Blackhelm, probably not an area you're going to want to get too close to. You were around when Mike was here, so you'd be familiar with this very, like, the Kiram, they're called. They're a very high-end mercenary group who works exclusively for the Imperium, to, like, the point of they have a whole lore there. History check if you want to know more about that. The main thing is
I love history.
Yeah, go for it. The main thing is they are allied with the Imperium, so probably somewhere you want to avoid. Beyond that, you know, there's a couple resting spots where traders would do business kind of out in the Ember Steppe here. You guys stopped at one such rest stop yourselves when you were assaulted by a horde of zombies, and that individual left, I believe Harlow was his name. Harlow's Hill was the name of that outpost. You do know...
H something.
With that... Here. Yeah, somewhere. It was like kind of very around there somewhere. You know, in terms of what the safest route would be, you're probably looking at traveling through the northern section of mountains here, north of Blackhelm, ideally. And you do know of, in terms of settlements, you guys would know of one that is not marked on your map, but Stanislav would have heard of it over his course traveling here. It is a place called... let me make sure I have my thing up in front of me here. I want to get this right. Where did I write that shit down?
Where did I write that shit down?
Silverwater.
As I'm kind of like... As I'm kind of like laying this plan out, we're kind of going over this. Stanley, any questions? Any comments? Any remarks? Kind of like giving you a chance to like any input or anything you want to say or do, or anything you want to do with your troops, so we can encompass it in the movement plan.
You did a great job getting us here, and I trust your judgment for how you want to proceed.
All right, good. Carry on. Allison Gregory.
And he's going to step to the side and start doing a thing for 10 minutes.
Anything to
Anything to add? You good? You good with the plan?
Oh, absolutely. This is
No. Okay, never mind. Steel, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'll follow you to the end, boss. So, with that nat 20, you would know there's a settlement kind of north of the T there in the kind of central and Sendus Mountains known as Siltwater. It is a kind of a trading outpost. They're technically neutral. How they've remained so is not entirely known, but it is considered a neutral settlement and generally safe for travelers. Also a good place to stock up on goods. And well-patrolled area, so probably the safest part of the mountain range if you wanted to go that way.
Is that within a day's time, or how far am I from?
That would be about a full day's travel. Like if you left now at noon, you'd be traveling at least like a full 8 hours into the evening, possibly a little bit longer, but you would get there before you needed a long rest, more or less.
And that's almost like the midway point to the objective-ish.
Quite almost exactly the midway point. Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah, your other alternative would be Harlow's Hill if you wanted to go through the Ember Step instead. Your choice.
Choice made.
Okay, we're going to Siltwater. Sounds good.
Last time we went there, they told us that they were gonna, kill us if we came back. So
this is true.
Not go that way.
You didn't.
Oh,
make
is
a
that
lot
what
of
the
friends.
fucking shady bitch that seduced me?
We can.
No.
Go back.
That was up north. That was way to the north.
the pussy bitch caravan owner who ran away at the first sign of trouble, and we saved them.
The first
where-
zombie horde you guys fought in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
That one.
We got
Okay.
attacked by a bunch of
And that's it.
undead.
We know who
So
you
you-
are, but you saved us, so go away, and we won't say anything. And then we came back like idiots, because I'm an idiot.
Okay, so
We
you
thought
don't want to
maybe
go
they
there.
forgot.
You want to go to the other place.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Okay. See, that's key. When I'm like, hey, Stan, you got any points to bring? That's a good point to bring up. Like, example for everyone. Like, that's a good point. So when I give you, like, hey, you, that's when you bring up the point. But anyway, yeah, cool. We're gonna go to the other
Sorry,
place.
Still getting out of the
I'm
fog. of
staying.
battle.
2IC, shut up.
All right, let's go. And you give the order. All your troops kind of snap back to attention, get back to what they were doing, like put away what they were doing, get their sacks ready. All line up and are ready for marching. Your main issue here is how you're gonna get past Blackhelm. That is your main objective. As you kind of like begin making your way around the road, you're aware that it's a very active spot, very militaristic. They have scouts all over the mountain range, so, like around their mountain. So that is your first issue you need to contend with. No matter where you go from here, you have to pass it unless you detour super far south.
Would be super awkward with the amount of people we have with us.
Well,
You
I have
Go ahead.
an idea for scouting. Could give me perhaps just 10 minutes.
Oh,
Pegasus.
there. Oh, yeah.
As
I
you
can give
say.
you all the time you need.
If you don't mind me scouting, as like you finish your plans and stuff, Stanny's stepped off for a few minutes. As he pipes back into the conversation, about 10 minutes later, you find behind him a... Stanny, if you'd like to describe your new friend.
So, it looks kind of like a Kesh, has the same grand facial features, is very shiny and pretty, but he's a little bit bigger, and he has very large wings, and he's now a Pegasus. And it's still a Kesh. but-
Takes the wings, kind of
Majestic.
flaps them out a little bit, gives them a little bit of a stretch. Not quite used to the size of them yet. This is a new one for Ikesh.
Please
Well,
tell
you
me
think
he
they're
still
big
has
boys.
the voice. Please tell me he still has the voice.
You don't know?
I have to know.
You don't know?
You've never heard his voice.
I know. This is Ryan being excited.
You don't know? We'll have to
This is
see.
Gregory's voice. This is Ryan's excited voice.
It's the same thing.
Like-
it's just
like Oscar Wilde.
basically the same thing. I love
and
it.
Stanislav looks at Gregory. You can still make me invisible, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Anything you need in that department won't be very long, but it can happen for a bit.
I could fly ahead and figure
hour?
out if there's a pass of some sort, if there's guards and whatnot.
Yeah, that's true.
If you let me hop up here once you cast it on me, I can also make it affect him.
Ooh, so you could, I bet this glorious creature, it's real fast, I bet, so if it only lasts like an hour, it might just work. What do you think, Manjuka? Oh! I was so
I'm
scared.
done giving my opinion. Every time I give my opinion, someone comes up with something else when they could have talked during the talking time. So you do whatever you want. I'm going to sit here, I'm going to think about my choices, and I'm going to think about which one, at some point, I'm going to murder.
Oh, Mantuka!
That's so mental.
That's a clip.
That's so
Because you didn't say
Mantuka.
anything during the
Tell me how
fucking
you
talking time. Yeah, like, I love that. So yeah, if you want to cast invisibility, very, very doable. It's for both Stanny and Dikesh, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so I'll hop up and just say, ready whenever you are.
Oh, cool. So you have that sharing abilities with your steed thing, right?
Yeah, let me just double check
I
the
think
wording and make sure
that's
it's
I think
any
that's when
spell.
you cast a thing, not when a thing's cast on you. But I could be wrong.
Oh,
that-
bondage.
It's called bondage.
If so, that's okay. I'll just upcast it.
Oh, yeah, never mind. It's just any spell I cast.
Mhm.
It targets only me.
That is okay. I kind of go up to both of you as you're sitting on it, open up the box, and a tiny little creature that looks like the 7-Up logo from the 90s comes right out of the box with a tiny little paintbrush and slaps you both in the face, and a bunch of ink goes all over you and drips down, and as it drips, it makes you all invisible.
Slowly.
Sorry,
drips
it's really
and-
kind of nasty.
sticky.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to make
eventually-
it not be.
Eventually, you and Ikesh the Pegasus are now vanished from sight. All you guys see is just 2 hoof-sized indent or 4 hoof-sized indents in the dirt where Ikesh was previously standing.
It's cool. Every time I see that, you got like an hour. Good luck.
Alrighty, be back soon. I'm gonna...
Just like- Gregory gets knocked down by the air, just
Yeah, you see some hoof prints, and then you hear a... And...
Yeah, so as you turn Ikesh, who we are now going for roleplay purposes, is the same Ikesh you've had with you this time. You hop on and give him a little kick, and he just starts galloping. Continues galloping, and then kind
Flap
of...
your wings, buddy.
What do I do?
Flap your wings, you got this.
I've never flown before. And he starts flapping, and you guys hear like this awkward kind of unrhythmic, like... and eventually you kind of hear these big gusts, a big plume of dust kicks up off the dirt, and Ikesh and Stanislav invisibly vanish into the noonday sky. Ikesh kind of unsteady. So roll me, please, if you will, a strength saving throw as you just try to hold on as Ikesh is familiarizing himself with flying for the first time. It's good enough.
Wow.
You're good.
Majestic, I assume.
It's not as you and your invisible warhorse. The uplift kind of takes you by surprise. So you wrap your arms just around the neck as Ikesh is kind of flying, and he kind of steadies out after a while. He's like, wait, I think I got it.
You're doing great, buddy.
I think I got it. Where are we going?
We're just gonna fly along the road and see if there's any lookouts and keep an eye out for any passes that we can take.
Every now and again, you feel like a little dip down, like a pit rises in your stomach, and you just hear in your head, whee! As Ikesh is just truly enjoying being a flying horse for the first time in his life. You make your way towards Blackhelm. It's a pretty distinctive mountain. It stands out quite a bit higher than all of the ones around it, and there's a spiral path that leads up to the top, which is basically just a flat plateau with a little bit of peak kind of on the eastern side of it. And you see an entire settlement with spiked walls all the way around the top of this plateau. It's quite large, like probably 100 or more people living here. As you're flying over, roll me a perception check just to see what you can make out. If you want to roll one for Ikesh, be my guest as well.
I'm so happy right now.
He actually has a perception score. Oh, I rolled an
Doesn't
20.
matter. That's 2 nat 20s already. Puppy! So big puppy. You're the puppy.
Not a puppy. Not a puppy.
It's puppy
All
in
dogs are
spirit.
puppies.
Puppy in spirit.
Yeah. You're a puppy. Get going.
I've been to that house. I've heard it barking on the other side of that door. Can be a little scary.
Fair enough.
I assume that's
He's a
just
lover, not a
excitement.
fighter.
Yeah, I assume that's just excitement.
Anxiety and hates everyone.
Ah, gotcha. I can actually relate, like I can truly relate to that. So, with a nat 20, you easily can make out the details. So, as it is kind of it's not a perfect like circle wall on this plateau. It kind of matches the edges of this mountain or this plateau as it kind of builds its way around. There's 3 towers kind of set at different points. One directly at the south and then one on the east and west. Oh, no, I'm sorry. One on the north and west, and then the east is the side with the little bit of peak sticking up, so it's kind of naturally defended. And the wall actually meets on this side of peak, and you see a tunnel that goes through and connects the two. You see archers on each of the towers, about 3 per tower, so 9 total. And then in between them, you see men just marching the battlements in between in like a constant rotation. There's like never any section of battlement that doesn't have a guard patrolling it at any given time. Inside of it, you see ranks and ranks of soldiers just drilling in the noonday sun, just practicing their spear thrusts, their sword strokes, everything, just under the hot sun here in the Incendus mountain range. You see a small army, perfectly trained, everything impeccable, and you see a military encampment running at peak performance down there. That being said, with the nat 20, you have a very clear idea of how things work.
Very good. I'd like to cast Tactical Nuke.
Okay.
Level 4!
So, is there like a view down to the main road from Blackhelm?
Oh yeah, each of those towers just looks down. So the one on the west looks down over the western road to Tursa. The one on the south looks down the southern road to Lysia, and the one on the north overlooks this entire valley and this entire road section. There are mountains still there under the text, of course, but like that, they basically have a full 360-degree viewing of anywhere on this. Even the peak itself, you see a very thin staircase that winds up to the top. It's not manned currently, but you do see guards on either side of the tunnel as well.
And then the other thing I was looking for on the other side of the main road, the non-Blackhelm side, is there any kind of pass that we could take to avoid detection?
Yeah, with the natural 20, I'm more than willing to give you that. So, you see a couple options. They all are places where you can still potentially be seen if you're not careful and you don't roll particularly well. There are places where you have to cross that road one way or another. There's not really any way to avoid that. That being said, it does, based on the path you follow and where you guys are, it looks like there's a very thin mountain pass that kind of weaves through here until it crosses the road and makes its way back into the other mountains. Looks like an old goat trail of some kind, maybe something that like traders or nomads might have used back in the day. Ryan hears goats and immediately starts clapping. It always comes back to goats, baby. It always comes back to goats. It always comes back to goats, baby. What's up, Kayla? Welcome in. How you doing?
Great, yeah. So I'll head back with with all that new knowledge and share it.
Okay. So you return to the party. By the time you get back after doing your full scout, your Pegasus and you have become visible. About 5 minutes later, you land. You guys watch for the first time in kind of the bright noon hour, kind of 1 p.m.-ish sun, as a silhouette of a just giant winged horse appears from behind a mountain, and Stanislav, horns in the air, hair blowing behind him, just kind of swoops in on this glowing golden Pegasus, who lands kind of unsteadily. Roll me a, let's make this fun. Roll me an, I want to say dex save for Ikesh, yeah, to manage this landing.
He actually has a dex saving throw, so.
Okay. It's 8. So you all watch as this majestic flying horse makes its way in, and then it hits, and its legs just buckle from under it, and it kind of just slides on its chest in the sand, and like, he looks up to you. Stanny kind of tilts his head back. How'd I do?
I think I also eat shit.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So as he looks back, how'd I do? You hear that voice in your head, but you are face down in the sand about 10 feet in front of Ikesh, just splayed out in the road, unconscious. You just hear a very familiar voice. How'd I do?
As it come back.
Mantuka.
I reach into my bag and write a 3 on a piece of parchment and hold it up.
I just point at that.
Here,
Spitting out dirt.
hear
and
the
then
response in
coming
your head.
back to-
I'll take it. Cash kind of stands, gives himself a little kick off. The little dust just poof, just poofs off of him. That was fun. Let's do that again.
Yeah, maybe not so. Push myself up off the ground. Less impact, like, you know.
For first time flyer, I think I did pretty good.
You did.
Thanks. He kind of like nudges you with his face a little bit. Not trying to help you up per se, more just I did good.
Give me a fucking apple.
Yeah, I know.
First time,
what that
mister.
means.
He's giving you the nudge while you're face down in the dirt a little bit.
I just reached into my
I flew
pack
for you.
and take out a half-crushed apple and shove it in his mouth.
Crunches it in like one bite. Thank you. Kind of like
Alrighty, well,
nudges you up a little.
I got an idea of their of the security around Blackhelm. Fortress, that's for sure. But I do think I found sort of trail that we could take to, for the most part, avoid detection. One point where we'd have to cross back over the road, but much better than being visible the whole time.
Gotta agree with that. It's kind of hidden. It's gonna be safe for all of us.
As long as we're not all super clumsy, then yeah.
Okay.
We've already wasted an hour. Let's walk and talk.
Okay. Let's do our tour.
Lead the way, Wrecky Raccoon.
So you riding your Pegasus through the mountains, or are you leading him? What's the
No,
plan?
I'm gonna lead him.
Okay, so you dismount, kind of grab the reins, which I guess came with him. Yeah, they don't actually exist. I'll say he has like the
I'm
bear,
mentally
the
guided.
bear. Yeah, okay. Well, just like you hold on to his mane when you fly, not a big deal. You kind of mentally guide him and weave your way. You find the trail. You rolled a nat 20. It's not going to be overly challenging for you to do. You quickly find your way to the trail in question, and realize it looks a little familiar to you at a couple points. This is a very familiar trail that you and Gregory would have traveled upon when you guys first met, the very first time, before you made your way north to Southwatch for the very first time. This is part of that same trail. You weave over a section of canyon where you very distinctly remember beheading a very specific hobgoblin.
No way.
Giving him an honorable death as you did so. What's up, Citrus? Welcome in. Thank you for the subby, buddy. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a good one. Fun band practice
Hi,
yesterday. So you make your way all the way back there. You just continue wandering through the woods. The sun begins to kind of go down. It's still the early parts of fall. It hasn't gotten to the winter period yet. So the days aren't quite as short as they could be. So the sun starts to go down around 6:30, 7 p.m. and it starts to get dark. And you kind of come around the bend of a mountain and see just ahead of you kind of a raised, just a little bit of a road that's making its way through, that's kind of been built up on either side a little bit and maintained. Probably the section of road you saw from the air.
Like the part where we're gonna have to sneak.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Most likely. You can, looking down to the south from where you are now, looking down the road, you can very, very clearly see on top of Blackhelm the structure that you were referring to. You all see it just torchlight dotting against the darkening evening sky. A very clear beacon of military might right smack dab in the center of the Incentives mountain range.
And would I ever love to take that place down? Not why we're here. And he's thinking to himself.
Oh, I was gonna be like, fireball. Okay, no. How about this then?
Gregory opens up the box and this tiny little, where are you? Not him. Not a bunch of little creatures are popping up, and I'm like,
Not you either.
Nope.
Get the
Nope.
Stop it.
That's not it.
Where are you?
No, that's not it either.
Me enough for the turtle one.
Where is he? There he is.
Oh.
A little broomstick that looks like it's been broken at the top and sheared at the bottom. It's got big red lips and one really creepy eye. Just comes out and
Broomhilda.
wordlessly kind of nods at all of us and starts sweeping around the perimeter of all of us. And I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
It just, like, as you guys start, like, anytime someone walks, the broom just goes over and dusts up their footprints as quickly as they make them. Almost very, like, was it Fantasia, I think it is, with the dancing the dancing mops. It's very much like that. It's just like this. Yeah, anytime someone makes a mess or misplaces a rock, it goes back and then you find it perfectly maintained the way it was. So that's a plus 10 to everybody's stealth checks for this roll. So very simply, we're trying to sneak across the road and avoid any notice from any scouts or guards that might be watching from higher up. So I need you all to make a stealth check, add 10 to it for the Pass Without a Trace, and then for each of your units, roll a straight d20. Chris, you can roll for the archers. Mantuka, roll for your men. They get a +1 for Mantuka and a +3 for the archers. Okay, so Mantuka gets a 30. Ikesh gets a 17. Stanislav gets a 26.
Ikesh gets a 20. I blessed him.
Okay, 20. Gregory gets a 15.
He's a large.
The infantry get a nat 20. Oh, shit.
Oh!
Oh my god, that's a lot of nat 20s. And the archers get a nat 1. +10. So it's still an 11. And we don't do critical failures and successes on this one. But that was close. That would be 2 fails technically for the group check. But collectively, you all roll good enough. And before you begin sneaking, some of the foot soldiers who are a little more aware, a couple individuals of half-elven make start going around and taping or tying cloth over the shinier parts of their armor so it doesn't reflect any of the leftover light. They tie down weapons so they don't make any clanking sounds on their armor as they make their way past. And a couple well-versed individuals in the group manage to help the whole party stealthily just weave their way across the road as the evening light is beginning to set in. The archers, however, the ones you're expecting to be much more stealthy about it, start struggling on their way past. One is kind of walking up the slight incline up to where the raised road is and just kind of slips on a rock and stumbles, and for a second you're worried someone might have heard it, but as you kind of just stop and wait in the cold silence of the night, you don't hear anything, no alarms being raised. Collectively, the group rolling very well make it to the other side. And as the last of the archers makes their way across, you find yourselves now on the other side of the road, heading eastward to Nysal. So you know the approximate location of what it is you're looking for. The settlement of Siltwater is somewhere in the mountains to the north over here, just to the east of where you guys are. So it's going to be a matter of finding it at this point. But should be easy. What is the plan going forward? Who's leading the charge? Who is scouting ahead?
Does anyone want to wreck you this one? What about you? I can change you to fucking anything. Do you want to do something?
I can absolutely do that, yes. Ooh, right.
Pulls out the bone mask and slaps it on his face, and he's gonna go ahead and turn into a Daggerwood wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Very reminiscent of the funeral wolves, with a big, scary bone mask that actually kind of has like some nice little twirls in it this time.
Okay.
Just runs ahead.
I'm gonna just reach out and tap the end of your tail and give you guidance.
Yay!
How long does that last, out of curiosity?
Just a minute, so for your first
Okay.
little look around.
Okay, so roll me a survival check, first of all, just to figure out where this trail is leading and how to get back on the trail you want. At this point, you find there's a few places it looks like people have split off from that little kind of goat path you were following, and it kind of spreads around to the roads. People are taking little shortcuts and stuff. What do you got?
Can I use my nose and my ears to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
If you want,
Perception?
you can. Yeah, it would be perception. If you're going based on smell, it's with advantage. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say roll with advantage because there is a very pungent smell on this path.
13 and 10, so 13.
Roll your guidance.
Oh, yes.
And boop, boop, a doop, boop. D4.
Yay, 16.
Okay, 16's pretty good. you kind of start prodding along the path slowly at first, trying to pick up a scent. And the first thing that stands out above all else to you is the overwhelming scent of mountain goat. Like, you can easily pick out which trails are more commonly used by them, which ones are just like a human who kind of cut off to create a shortcut around a turn of the road that they didn't necessarily want to take. You very quickly managed to zero in on a path that is giving you a little bit of both. It seems like there's a large number of goats that have traveled this way and individuals traveling with them. This appears to be a track down which goats have been herded several times.
I can smell it.
I say to myself as a wolf, and I immediately bolt back towards the group and do kind of as soon as I get there, I do a spin real quick, like a dog does, and just kind of point, like a pointer dog.
Okay.
We really need to develop some form of communication before he does this from now on.
Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah. Go, Tommy.
You, the wolf, begin leading the pack along this road.
Jimmy the well.
You follow it for a little while, probably the better part of an hour or two, before you start kind of reaching that around 8-hour travel mark. You start to see some of your troop kind of beginning to lag behind. They're starting to feel the wear and tear of the day, having just fought their first battle in a day and then marched a whole 8 hours. Not an easy feat.
True.
And you kind of... I want Stanislav and Mantuka to both roll me an insight check, please.
If there's anyone who's like particularly shitty, I'll let them ride Akesh.
Okay.
You
For that,
carry two
you can either insight or medicine check, your choice. Mantuka with an 18. You get the sense, based just on the events of the day, that while morale is high, the heat and the long march of the day, even as they're coming into the night, is beginning to wear on them, and it's starting to feel like maybe people are wanting to slow down a little bit. Medicine stand doesn't seem like anyone's like on the verge of fainting or anything. Everyone looks good as far as you can tell. You're no expert, Mantuka.
With that, I'm gonna go motivate from the rear.
Okay. How you doing that? I need an image of this. Mantuka at my rear.
So as Mantuka kind of takes the rear end, as I insightfully realize that people are starting to lag, I'm gonna do something that you're probably not gonna think I'm gonna do.
This isn't making it better for me, okay?
But I think you're
Oh
gonna
dear God.
Mantuka takes the rear and then does something you wouldn't expect him to do. It's not. I was expecting this to go.
Sodomize the soldiers?
I'm going to push to
Oh no.
the rearmost soldiers, like, so I'm gonna be the very back of the platoon, coming up at the and I'm gonna. I understand. I know. I get it. This fucking sucks. Push through. We're almost there. We got this. We came in as a team. We're gonna rest. Just keep pushing.
Okay. Roll me.
Don't make me kill you.
I was gonna say roll me persuasion check, but if you want to, you can go intimidation and use your.
No. It's persuasion.
Okay,
It's
so go persuasion at advantage because the morale was mostly high already for the day.
I was expecting something scary, and I got something sweet. It's like Sour Patch Kids.
Okay, you guys can roll stuff other than natural 20s. Like, I don't know if you've been told this.
Yeah, I rolled a nat 1 for my archers.
That's true. That's
Oh, he
true.
did?
That's true. I mean, I guess you guys know you can roll other things. Like, there's other numbers on the dice in the middles. Just saying.
I thought it was 10 ones
I like
and 10
nice
20s.
things.
Mantuka.
Mantuka's so
You kind of see one of the a couple of your footmen actually. The archers make pretty easy going of the mountain
I'm not
trails.
fucking talking to
They're a little more
anyone. They're
dexterous.
useless. I'm not talking to any of them. Fuck
fair enough.
archers.
Fair enough. But you notice the back end of your footmen starting to trail some of the individuals that were that took some hits in the battle but didn't go down themselves. And you kind of give them a little shove in the back. You give them a little pep talk, motivational speech, and you encourage them with the natural 20. And you see them kind of. All right, I can go a little bit longer if I have to.
And I give him a good game on the cookies.
Right on the ass, just Right
On
on
the
there.
tuchus.
Love that. Love a good smack on
Tuchus.
the ass. He kind of peps up a little.
Like a
Nods.
light Tuchus touch for a
Mhm,
Minotaur,
mhm.
but like it's a little harder
For a human,
frame,
yeah,
so it's
yeah. Definitely, you feel it.
Oh,
tempered,
kinda-
tempered
kinda
the awesome
rates
Tuchus
up.
touching there.
You see him kind of go to one of the other people who's lagging behind, a younger looking woman. Kind of help her make sure she's on her feet. Kind of help steady her up, and together the two of them kind of continue making their way along the path. Gregory, you leading ahead. How far ahead of the group are you? You're just kind of leading right from the front. Or are you taking a little bit of a distance? Give me a visual there.
I'd probably be doing just a little bit of a distance, trying to make sure I can
Okay.
catch danger and alert of it with enough time.
Sounds good. So as
If you
you
get too far, Stanny yelled, don't stay out of sight.
as you kind of make your way, you eventually turn around a bend, and you see just a flickering of firelight kind of dancing off some of the mountains here, kind of coming from this centralized area. You can't quite see the fire itself. You just see like the light reflecting off some of the mountains that are in the area. It looks like there's definitely some kind of settlement or something further ahead. You're just not quite sure, but you definitely think you're getting close. At this point, you guys are still moving fairly stealthily. Pass Without a Trace is still actually probably would have gone off by now. I don't know how long.
It's, I think, an hour. I
An hour?
could have, if you would allow me, I would have. If it was like if it had been an hour
You can-
before I transformed, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, if you want to spend
Yeah.
another spell to recast it, I'll allow you before you
Yeah.
transform.
Thank
So, if you guys are trying to approach stealthily, I'll need new stealth checks from you all. If you guys are just walking right in, it's up to you. Gregory, what would you like to do as the one who's now seen this site before you relay it back to the group?
For sure. As soon as I start seeing the lights, I would want to not slowly, stealthily, but quickly, just right back to the group and kind of try to stop them and make them know that, like, I know you've been going slow, but it's time to go slower.
Okay, easily done. So I need stealth checks from everybody, adding +10 again.
I'm gonna cast See Invisibility as well.
Ooh, smart boy.
Okay.
Do I get a better stealth check as a
What's up,
dog?
Vallard? Welcome in, first time
Oh, I
chatter.
sure
Appreciate
do.
you. Let's go.
Stealth is dex, right? Yes.
It is, yes.
So I can use the Wolfie one.
Mantuka.
Wolfie! Bitch!
Wolfie bitch! All right, damn. Roll for your
Rah, 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 rah.
archers as well, Stanny.
Hmm?
You got roll for the
He
archers as well.
did.
Oh, what'd they roll?
Peter!
Is that the 6? Oh no,
No.
that was yours.
No, that's Stanny.
I love
Stanny
you.
rolled like shit.
Just-
So
He
Mantuka,
did!
everyone rolls really good except Stanny, who gets a 16. Everyone else is above 20 with their roll with the Pass Without a Trace. So this time, everyone's kind of maintaining their stealth. The wolf that's been leading you, Gregory, young Gregory in his wolf form, comes back to warn you, and you all kind of stop. Stanny, you're a little distracted at the time, and even with the just kind of like in your moment, you've just been able to summon a Pegasus. You have some new powers. You're kind of just lost in that moment. Again, not quite self-absorbed, but you're just feeling yourself. You're feeling confident. Maybe you get a little distracted with that. And as the group stops, you kind of plow right into the back of one of the foot soldiers, and they kind of fall over. They catch themselves before there's any real crashing or anything. They hold their weapon up. It kind of looks back. You see a grizzled face, kind of an older half-elven gentleman. You want to maybe watch where you're going?
Yep, that's my bad.
He fucking reaches a hand out to grab you up off the ground and pulls you back up as he gets up too.
Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Just, watch where you're fucking going. Thanks. Everyone kind of settles
Just
into the
be
stealth. You're all
better.
moving quite quietly. Gregory, what are you doing? And what's everyone doing? How do you want to react? You now know the settlement you've been looking for is somewhere fairly close by in the mountains.
Yeah, Greg's just staying low down to the ground. Is there a lot of, I almost called it bushery, shrubbery?
There's a decent amount, not a whole lot. It's pretty barren, just sandstone mountainsides and the occasional path. There's like a little bit of shrubs that like kind of dried bush that grows during the wet season. There's definitely a little more life in here during the rains, but it is not that time of year.
It's just be a lot of hugging the corners, walls, any ditches, any sort of lowdown. You just notice Gregory's wolf body just kind of almost melts down.
Mhm.
You're like, does he have bones or no?
Mantuka, what's up?
Is your horse always a Pegasus? Is it always with us?
As of now, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, great.
You can
Here's a great idea.
turn the glow
Great
down
idea.
situation.
Get the fuck in the glow stick. Fly up there. Let's find this place. The troops are fucking tired. Arnie fucking pop.
Honey fucking Voth. Let's go.
Alright.
Oliva. Okay.
I'm gonna
So-
hop on the Pegasus.
I
and try and-
assume we're dimming.
Wolfosaurus Rex just
We're
sitting doing stuff. Wicked.
We're dimming the glow feature at this point, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think. Can he just control that now, the Pegasus?
Yeah, there's a build. You control how much glow up you want this spectral steed to have.
We're in hostile land. I've generally not been having glow.
Yeah, so similar golden mane, very beautiful hair, similar to Stanislav, but not actively glowing at this point. Easily done. If you want to fly up, go ahead and roll me a stealth check for you. And oh, you did for here. So when you pass over the camp actively, you will need to roll another one because you're going to be passing into light.
Am I even trying to be stealthy at this point? We're just trying to find this place and get in. We don't necessarily...
Up to you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and find it, more or less. I don't want to get too far ahead of the group, but yeah.
Yeah, just
Okay.
go over the treetops, man. You got this. Leroy!
Over the mountain. Okay, you kick off. Ikesh this time, having familiarized himself with the process of flying a little better, takes off, flaps his wing, and this time you all get to watch a fairly majestic takeoff happen where you didn't before. You see Ikesh with Stanny just lightly holding onto the mane, take off and kind of fly up into the sky. And go ahead and roll me a perception check as you kind of just coast very slowly. 16 is not bad. And roll free cash if you want as well.
It's kind of better that your practice first flight was invisible.
Probably.
Focusing on flying good. So
Yeah, he's focused on
gonna guide
flying good.
myself.
So you see this with a total of 20. You see as you kind of pass around the peak of one mountain and just fly, you're completely illuminated as you see down in this valley a massive towering bonfire burning at least 10-15 feet high at this point. Massive pyre of flame, torches dotting around all these separate tents that you see nestled into this almost like tiny little valley. You see a little almost a pond forming at the western side of the camp, and as you fly over top in broad view of everyone around you, you see down below in the valley a number of archers and people standing guard, all now looking up at you with shock in their eyes. They look like your standard desert tribes. However,
Okay. Yeah.
the 5 individuals in a very, very familiar bronze armor and purple cloak all look up at you as well. And you see at least, that's with your check visible, 5 members of the Imperium military who are just deep in conversation with the leader of this camp and are now all eyes trained on you. You see 2 of the archers both raise a bow and fire as you just soar right into the valley. So
Evade, evade, evade!
they are, first of all, how high up were you? Because from the
I wouldn't
peak...
have come down that low. I was like a
Mhm.
good 100 feet above the ground.
Okay. They all... Jesus. Okay.
I'm also traveling at 180 feet per turn.
You're trying to scout at 180 feet per turn?
Actually, no, no, just
The flashing right over. That's 180 feet. It's 180 feet every 6 seconds. You're not going to see shit at that speed. That's so fast.
Yeah, no, normal flying speed.
Yeah, no.
So fast,
Doesn't
but-
really matter to them anyway. So as you just fly into range, the 2 archers immediately, seeing something flying towards them, are going to open fire on you. Specifically on your horse, or the giant winged creature they see flying towards them in the middle of the night. That's going to be a 27 to hit.
Yeah, obviously
It's a
that
baby
is-
dragon.
That's going to be
That's-
9.
Oh, that's the damage. Yeah. Okay.
That is going to be 9, and then I need Ikesh to succeed on DC 14. Wisdom save, please.
Special arrow!
Wisdom save, yes. Okay. So you take 6 points, or Ikesh takes 6 points of psychic damage as this arrow just
Nine piercing.
bursts, +9 piercing. As the arrow just bursts, you see this black kind of almost cloud just form around Ikesh's eyes, and he starts flying. He's blind as the next arrow is also flying towards him. That's a natural 20, which is going to be, with the way we do it, is going to be D8 +9. So that's going to be 17 points of damage on that. How you looking?
Oh, he's fine.
Okay.
A lot of HP. Sorry,
They
what was the total?
They have a lot of it. You had 9 + 6, which was 15,
Yeah, I got
and
that.
then another
17?
17 total.
Okay, yeah, he's fine.
And then you're going to see the other members of the Imperium all ready themselves. The one who is discussing something with someone else is going to reach out and clasp a just gauntleted hand across her. And I need everyone, I guess just Stanny right now to roll initiative. Nope. No, they were actively on guard, and you flew right in there. That was a surprise round for them.
What's the range on this thing? I'm at least 100 feet away from him.
They hate you, dude. They have longbows and the marksman feet. They're not worried about you. Like they're fine. So I need you to roll me initiative. You had to add your mini first. So go ahead and put your mini up by the western side of camp here, and then what the hell? Oh, it brought everyone back on there. That's weird. Okay, 1 second. I will remove all turns. So you're 100 feet up in the air there?
Yeah. By the way, how far away from the group am I-ish?
Probably.
Several minutes of flight time?
No, probably maybe 2-3 minutes of flight time, but at 180 feet and like your full fly speed to get here, that's quite a walking distance. So we'll see how.
Oh, that's fine. I don't plan on staying.
See how this goes. You rolled a 20. So that's 20 for you, and then I'm gonna have the archers go on their own initiative, and then we'll roll for the soldiers separately. Oh, they rolled a nat 1. Not so bad. It's gonna be the foot soldier.
So polar.
It's a 16 for them, and then the commander is going to roll a 16 as well. Okay, so descending order. You get the first action.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Do I now know...
Keep in mind, your horse is currently blind.
Do I know that he's blind?
You'd probably, as he's unable to see, hear a very familiar voice in your head going, I can't see anything, boss. Yeah, I can't see.
Shit. Okay, don't worry, I can help with that, and I'm gonna touch him and cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay. Okay.
We're too late.
Yep. Action to cast that. You see the kind of haze, this black kind of smoke hovering around his eyes just fade. Okay, that's better.
All right, we need to get out of here, and I'm just gonna have him turn and action dash and full flight speed the fuck out of there.
Okay.
Just straight back toward about 90 degrees off of where my group is.
Okay.
So they're what, south of me?
Yeah, you're just straight flying back at full
I'm gonna
speed.
go straight west for now.
Okay, straight west. The commander, you're not gonna see what he's doing because you're not looking back right now.
Nope.
These guys are gonna do their own thing. And then the archers, who have longbows and marksmen and a massive range, are gonna take their shots at you as well as you're trying to fly.
Yeah, like 600 feet or
600 feet with a longbow. Yup. And they have multi-attack. So the first one's gonna fire 2 arrows at also at your horse. That's a 23 to hit. 9 points of damage, and then a 21 to hit for another 9 points of damage. So 18 from the first archer. And then the second one's gonna do the same. Oop. And I need a sweet. You watch as another arrow just this time now you're looking behind you as you see 2 arrows or hear 2 arrows thunk into the backside of Ikesh. You turn over to look and you watch as an arrow with a brightly glowing orange tip just flies its way towards you and hits Ikesh and bursts. So I need a dex save from you and Ikesh both as this arrow just bursts in a explosion of shrapnel.
Give me the damage. Give me the damage first.
12.
Horse gone.
Okay, so as this arrow bursts and the horse just vanishes from under you, Stanny, you midair now, about 100 feet up, just begin falling at terminal speed. So next, not great. Not great.
To become a splat mark. There's nothing.
I will say you're flying full speed at this point, and then there's just a thunk. There's a poof. You all
plate armor.
all of you guys who are just waiting for Stanny to make a turn, you just see a bright golden flash against the side of the mountain range, kind of coming from the northeast of you, like he was kind of up that way. There's just a gold flash, and then Stanny is just falling through midair. There's not really a save for that. You're taking that damage, and that's a lot. That being said, it's your turn. You're falling. You can react. Do you have anything you can do to help you in this moment? Anything. You get a chance. It's your turn. You were just falling. At the end of your turn, you will hit the ground. Jesus. 2.5 seconds to... Yeah.
It's a free action to cry. Just...
Yeah, it is a free action to cry. And, oh my god.
Nope.
Got nothing. Okay. The horse just tumbles down from beneath you. It's a d6 per 10 feet, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Sure.
So 10d6.
That's it? Oh, I'm gonna be fine then.
Take 46 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam into the side of a mountain and then just begin sliding down the side of it and find yourself just flat down in the body of like just a little valley where two mountains meet. There's a smear of blood and viscera along the side of the mountain where you've just dragged down. Half of the damage was just you scraping down the side of the rock. The rest of you, from where you are, you see this bright flash, and then about like 3 to 4 seconds after, just like the cacophonous sound of plate armor hitting rock and weapons tumbling down a hillside as Stanny is just smacked right into the side of a mountain. You are still alive, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, by a lot. I still have 94 HP.
That's
some kind of a tank.
Yeah, I mean,
if you want to add more
Pally's
damage,
with
going
10 HP.
What, 180 feet per 6 seconds?
It's not really a rule for that, and I don't know if I could come up with one and maintain consistency. So we'll just go with the flat d6s on that one, as you fall 100 feet onto the side of a mountain. The only thing that stopped you from falling worse was that you were over a peak when you got shot, and you didn't land like 200 feet down in a valley.
Well, I'm pretty far away now, so I got at least 180 feet away.
The rest of you at this point hear the sound of combat now happening towards where you saw the fires kind of flickering on the mountain. It sounds like there is a fight now happening. You heard the loud crash kind of coming just a little bit up from the northeast of you. Then a little further in, you hear the sounds of battle beginning to echo off of the mountainsides further ahead. And it's Stanny, as you just kind of lay there in the valley contemplating, simple rules of gravity, trying to catch your breath. That is where we will go to break today.
Stan, you stopped my heart! Don't do that! I thought I was gonna have to put you in a jar like Balthazar.
What a trip. Alright guys,
gosh.
So we will be back in about 10 minutes here. We're just gonna do our break. I can't believe that. That was amazing. Alright, we'll see you guys in a few. Don't go anywhere. We will not be long. And we're back, everybody. How you doing? Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. Most of us are. It's been an adventurous day so far. So, if you're just joining us, thank you. If you're still with us from the beginning, thank you. What's up, Morty? Thank you for hanging in all this time. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a good one. It's been nice to swing by the streams again. I had a nice little week away from Twitch there at the start of January. It's kind of magnificent, and I'm very happy. We're coming back in a better mood. So, going forward, you guys left off as Stanislav plunged into the side of a mountain, leaving a tiefling-sized indent in it. However, surviving the fall. So the party, all you know, is you saw a golden flash kind of just poof against the night sky, as Ikesh might have vanished. You're not sure. You saw gold and then heard the loud crash of chainmail and steel and weapons clanging on stone. What do you guys want to do? You also hear the sounds of battle coming from around where you estimate that settlement was.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't. Greg goes ahead and he just wolf instincts take right over. He goes full, still passes out a tracing. I assume a little bit stealthy as hell, but full wolf caught his prey kind of movement, right? Like it's just very going straight to where I think he landed.
Okay, so you're going towards the sound of the crash, not the sound of battle. Easily enough. You can pick up on, I'll give you a freebie. You've been around Stanislav enough. You know his musk, his scent. You pick up his trail instantly. And it only takes you about 2 minutes or so at full sprint till you come around the side of another mountain, kind of veering off the goat path onto a little bit of a smaller one. And you see, what does Wolf Gregory see Stanislav? Just.
Well, how long did he take to get there?
2 minutes.
Oh, I'm not there anymore.
2 minutes of the crash. I'm gonna say roll me a Constitution saving throw as you just. So we'll see how long it takes to actively catch your breath after that shit. Because you smacked the side of a mountain at full speed. That was not easy. 22. Okay. So
I mean,
like
he may have found me sooner because I'm trying to get back to them.
Okay, yeah.
You're
So
doing
you,
the Peter Griffin.
yeah, basically. So, Gregory, you come around the corner and you see Stanislav making his way up the side of a mountain with like one arm holding his chest, still trying to catch his breath, just like, and just ragged breaths coming through, possibly broken ribs. Pretty substantial fall, and like just next to where he is currently walking up, you see just a spatter mark and a smear of blood down the side, and Ikesh is nowhere.
Spit up a bunch of blood.
And a couple teeth. Ikesh is nowhere to be found.
Just a sec. I'm gonna just touch my chest and put 25 points of lay on hands into myself.
Valid.
Greg's just happy to see he's alive. So he's kind of doing like a rubbing up against him, just.
Yeah, don't worry, buddy. I'm okay. Okay.
Mantuka.
While my brethren of adventurers just fuck off and leave the guy without dark vision again, I'm going to ask one of my fucking shithawks if they have dark vision, and then ask them to lead after the stupid fucking antsy wolf. That's what I'm doing. That's what Mantuka's
My
gonna
gold
do.
boy exploded in the air. You can't expect anything less of me.
Oh god.
I'm not feeling the party unity today.
You see an elven individual walk up. I can handle it. And he kind of leads the way. Where are you telling him to go? Like, are you searching for Gregory and Stanislav? Are you going towards the sounds of battle? What is your plan?
Well, my plan was, I guess, my plan was to go towards the sounds of battle, because my thought was that would be where Stanley was, because we didn't actually see him fall, like in perspective to the
No, you just heard a very loud
land.
bang. So, like, in terms of perspective, the loud bang happened over here. The sounds of battle are happening over there.
Yeah, because I flew straight west, not
You
back
flew straight
towards
west.
you guys.
Yeah.
Sweet. I would go to the closest thing.
That would
which
be the sound of
Stanny,
Stanny crashing
then,
into the mountain.
And
Okay.
then be cautious of the noisy side.
Easily done. After you guys find each other, Stanny and Gregory kind of come back around the path as you're making your way up it, and you guys find each other once again. In the couple minutes that takes, you notice that the sounds of battle have almost completely died out. There's just like one last some kind of bursting sound. Stanny, it sounds very, very familiar to you, as there was the same arrow that killed your horse. And
I would have told Gregory what just happened.
Yeah, and then there's just
on the way back. Yeah.
Dead silence. Not a peep. What are you doing?
Do we find Mantuka pretty quick?
Yeah, you guys reunite. It takes us like all together like 4 minutes for that whole business to
Oh,
happen.
sweet, my seeing eye team.
The Imperium has taken over that camp, and they were aggressively questioning the leader, and then they saw me, and I mean, that was unpleasant. But I don't think we can be staying there.
This bullshit. We push through here, we sleep here, and now we can't sleep here.
Yeah.
Unless we want to, fight first, which, I hate those guys. We need to take them out.
Gregory
Not
on
many of
shifts.
them, but they were powerful.
And just as soon as you say he needs to fight, Gregory on shifts and just goes, yep.
I kind of think that they need to, or at the very least, we need to take a few out.
How many Imperium soldiers did I see there?
With your perception check, you saw 5.
I mean,
What
I
they've done to
only
us,
saw
what they've
5
done to
of
them. It doesn't feel right to leave them.
You
I'm
muted
ready for a fight.
Mantuka,
What do
or you
think,
didn't
Mantuka?
pick up whatever you said?
What?
Your
Ready
mic
for a
didn't pick
fight.
up what you were saying.
Oh no, I know. It's a good thing. I had to mute it for a reason.
Oh, fair enough. Valid.
He said these fucking twinks don't know what they're doing.
Pitter patter. Let's get at her.
Good, yeah.
Now we're getting sued.
All right. I'm gonna give them the layout of what I saw and
Mhm.
the approximate troop force.
Okay, so you guys... you guys don't actually see this map yet, but... What's the plan?
Gregory, you're still in wolf form?
Oh no, I'm a little boy now.
You're adolescent male. Lead the way.
All right, let's go ahead and if we keep doing,
I open up the box again and can I? Shit. Yeah, that's a low level spell, right? Yes, it is. Thank fuck. And there we go. Passes out a trace on us just in case. Little broom sweeping around.
let's just take them by surprise and do what we do best. Just at the very least, those you said 5 of them. Those 5 are going down.
Did I? Was there anything in particular that I saw about any of them?
You did.
Did any of them
You
look
didn't.
particularly powerful, or no?
Oh, you definitely saw a very familiar set of armor on the guy interrogating the chief.
That I will definitely mention.
Definitely Commander Regalia.
Yep. And I can guess that with that, he's got a particular amulet.
Potentially.
But just watch
Fucking
out.
boom boom ambulance.
I almost
Be
called it the
careful
same thing.
Be careful for a potential boom boom amulet.
Right, the boom boom. Okay. At the very least, they're going down. If things start to get dicey, I think I can.
Mantuka,
So
let's
can-
take the leader together this time. That was close last time.
Sweet, we'll catch up, motherfucker.
All right,
So we
Get my ass kicked the entire fight.
sneak
Are
him.
we sneaking in? Everybody roll stealth checks for me. +10 for pass without a trace. We're sneaking.
Guide myself.
We're staged.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're sneaking. Who rolled it? Oh, yeah. Okay, so 30, 31. Okay,
34.
34. 34, 31.
Jesus Christ.
15. 24 for the troops. Roll for the archers, Stanny.
Do they get a bonus?
+3.
31.
31. Jesus. So collectively, the lot of you, Stanny or Gregory this time being the one who struggles. You can tell he's a little jittery, a little excited. He's just like humming to himself almost as he's like...
Oh, sorry.
I'm doing like the Kronk Emperor's New Groove thing.
Yeah. Best part of the movie. I will die on this hill. And you guys kind of make your way. There's only one path leading in, and it's this northern road. But I want everyone to roll me a perception check as you guys come around the crest of the thing and start stealthing. You start kind of spreading out your troops, trying to find points of high ground. You don't need to roll high for this one. They're not hiding. So, you see, Stanny, you saw 5 when you came in. You see another 2 high atop the cliffs who are apparently hiding a little too good for you to pick up with your perception check. Now standing, archers also at the ready. However, every single archer has their bow trained on one spot, which is right here, where you see the commander and the infantry down on the ground there. Looking in as you kind of taking stock of what's around you, you see all the people with the red X's on them. Those are tribesmen, warriors, archers, all dead. Bodies laying limp on the ground, where they once stood alive. In mere minutes, the forces of the Imperium dropped them to the ground until there's only a few left. You see a woman dressed in simple clothes, but appears to be the leader. She's the one you saw talking with the Imperium general beforehand. You see behind her someone similarly dressed with very similar features. Could be a brother, some kind of relative. And behind them, a warrior standing, axe at the ready, in front of a cave. Looking inside the cave, you see the faces of women, children, men, all innocents, all terrified. And you notice that the arrows of the Imperium archers are not trained on them, but on the cavern above them, on the ceiling, on the entrance to the cave, ready to blast it into oblivion and collapse all of these rocks on the people within. You see the Imperium commander standing with his sword pointed directly to the throat of the woman, and then 2 soldiers, both with spears pointed at them. And he's looking up towards the entrance and just scoping the skyline. He doesn't see you. It doesn't take a lot of insight to figure out what they're gonna do. He's holding his sword to her throat, and he's just looking.
Yep. Stanislav sighs, and he looks at his group, and well, it looks like I've got this place into a little bit of a pickle. I need you all to stay here and get ready.
So you want me to stay here?
I want everybody to stay here.
You're gonna try and
Arm's getting sore.
Oh,
Sorry, we're good.
It's either that or they kill all those innocent people in that cave.
Where are we on the map, or are we even on the map?
You guys would
where,
just like
what area
like I
would
said,
we
this
come
path up here on the top left is the only
Okay.
way in. You guys would just be kind of coming around that and looking down into the valley as you're seeing it.
Okay.
At most, you can travel maybe 2-3 men abreast on the path at its thinnest points. Like, you notice there's a pile of rocks here that leads it down to a 5-foot file. You see 2 more guards there, both having arrows just in their backs, and they're laying face down in the dirt, and they were shot from behind. What do you guys want to do? What's the plan here? Sword still to her throat, and he's just looking. He doesn't see you guys yet. The pass without a trace, working very much in your favor. It's very clear that...
Whatever you want, Stanny. If you want to Lone Ranger this, I will accept it. Do I think it's a good idea? Probably not, but hey, I appreciate you and your D&D abilities.
Just get ready to move in as soon as they're out of the cave and free.
and you're not having to.
Greg just holds Stan's hand and just says,
And when you're free too.
he's got tears welling up.
We'll be
Free
fine.
of his body.
Okay. You got this.
And he's just gonna walk in.
Okay. As he's holding the sword to the woman's throat, you just start stepping down the path. 2-foot soldiers easily. See you come right in. So is the general. He smiles. Come on down. Let's have a talk. His mouth, like, just twitches ever so slightly at the side as a wicked grin just spreads across his face, and he kind of pushes the point of the sword towards her throat. Fire's warm. Come have a seat. We have a lot to talk about.
And he doesn't say anything. He's making unbreaking eye contact and comes down. Doesn't sit yet, though.
He pushes the blade a little closer. Did I stutter?
I'm here for their freedom.
Then sit and talk with me. That is your only choice.
All right.
Good.
And he sits down.
There's no reason we can't be, pleasant to each other, given the circumstances. I have to say, and he kind of lowers the sword a bit. He looks at her. Don't move. Would be a bad idea for your people. And you see the archers kind of tense and all train those arrows right on the mouth of that cave. He comes and sits across
Stanislav looks at her and just kind of gives her a...
he gestures for you to sit on this bench, and then he sits directly across from you, just looking at you through the flames about 10 feet away. Still scanning the horizon at all times, just trying to look beyond the edge of the light. So, Stanislav. It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Wish I could say the same.
Well, I wish you could too. I have to say, I am surprised to find you all the way out here. It's a bit far from your sanctuary, isn't it? He smiles as he drops that little tidbit of information.
Say that.
What's the occasion? Come for some shopping? Or perhaps looking to, recruit more numbers to your cause?
It was just in the area and heard good things about the vendors here.
Fortunate for me, then. You fell right into my lap. This is a promotion for sure.
Well, at least.
Well, I suppose I don't have to spell out your options for you. I imagine it is quite clear to you what I am willing to do. Should you or any of your friends, if they are nearby, decide to act foolishly. So, you will be coming back with me.
Will you let them
understand?
go?
I will not touch a hair on their heads. They are good business for us.
Stanislav looks around at all the dead bodies. Sure they are.
Collateral damage brought about by your own foolishness.
As long as no one else gets harmed.
You have my word.
Alright, we have a deal.
He smiles. It was easier than I thought. Expected you at least to put up a little bit of fight. I have to kill one, make an example for you. Taking all the fun out of this for me.
And he once again looks around at all of the dead bodies that he's already caused.
No, I mean, me personally. I didn't even have to lift a finger.
I will say your archers are good shots.
Damn fine shots. Took you right out of the sky. Impressive beast you were riding. Shame.
Say that.
Not every day you see one of those. So, if that is our business concluded, I think you and I will be leaving now. He stands, holds out a hand to you.
As they like to
Yeah. He wants you to grab his hand. Just flat out.
All right. He grabs his hand.
Okay. As he does, he puts his hand on his medallion, a very familiar one. And as he does so, you see a different glow, almost a purplish arcane glow from under his fingers. And then, poof! All of you watch as Stanislav and the commander of the Imperium
No!
blink from your sight.
I always knew he'd get solo adventures, Adolescent Gregory!
You see the troops all look around. The lead one reaches forward, jams his spear directly into the woman's chest, pulls it out.
Son of a bitch!
She falls to the ground.
Gregory casts Conjure Animals at level 7.
Fair enough.
He's conjuring
as he
3
pulls
giant
the spear
constrictor
out.
snakes.
Okay, he pulls the spear out. She collapses to the ground. Sand, just out. The rest of the men don't move.
Gregory screams the loudest scream he's ever scrumped, and you see him pull out the bone mask and rips it in half and jams both halves into the ground, still just and 3 giant constrictor snakes burst out of the ground and immediately go flying towards them. 2 of them are gonna go attacking, 1 of them's gonna defend the rest of the people.
Okay. So go ahead and put your minis on the map over there and roll initiative. Stanislav will get to you in a minute.
Rusty, how dare you make me feel such things?
I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. I feel bad.
This is amazing!
Stanislav has advantage. Save that. So.
This is incredible. Oh my god.
Mantuka, Gregory, did you click your mini and roll initiative?
Go.
You are getting a surprise round because they didn't know you were there, and you're just unleashing. So, who are your serpents going after? I get disadvantage from insomnia. Big Sag. What if I'm...
2?
What if my next roll is to have the villagers make a dex save?
Oh, Jesus, no.
Then you'll use your advantage that you got earlier for that roll.
I already used it on the shots.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Wait,
Go.
you actually didn't, though.
No, I know I didn't. It doesn't matter because they all hit anyway. So, Gregory, you on there, bud?
Yeah, 1 sec. There we go.
Gregory's
And
flustered today.
I'm so scared. 14, and then I'm going to use sharks for them, because that looks the most like a snook. Bah.
Fair.
Bah.
They will just act on your initiative order. Make sure to remember.
Love it.
Your forces, I guess, let's just copy and paste a mini from over here to make my life easy. Scoot. We'll go back over here. So your dudes are all just gonna have to like run in after you, basically, is what we're gonna have to do here. Scoot. Those are your
All
foot
good, hombre.
soldiers. Alright, you're just gonna have fucking 5 of them at first, and then we'll put another 5 in as you guys all make your entry. How about that?
Love it.
Lemon squeezy.
They have the same initiative bonus as the foot soldiers, so I can just roll with that. Love that shit. And then the archers, they're gonna come in next round, but I'll put one on the map just so we have it. I wasn't expecting this to be a fight. I could.
Neither was I.
I wasn't expecting to cry today, but here
It
we
was
are.
just he only
You
killed
always
the
cry, baby.
only
Gregory.
killed the one lady. They weren't gonna kill everyone else. It's just making an example of her.
Oh, and I'm about to make an example out of all of them.
We hope.
Get snaky.
Okay, Mantuka, I'm gonna swap you with this archer just so you're not.
Yeah, no worries.
lost it.
You said we were up there, so that's. You know.
Okay, and then boom. Did it work? It
I've been
didn't-
waiting
it
for 7th level spells so I can make my Hydra.
Make your Hydra. Okay. I mean, your archers are gonna get a first turn, but first surprise round. So Ryan, go ahead and do your stuff with your snakes. Where are you putting them?
So,
My mouth is so dry. I'm so excited right now. I'm
me
parched.
too.
Gregory just stabbing the ground with the 2 shards of the bone mask, and they erupt out of the ground here. I'll just say like a good 20-30 feet in front of them there. And from there, I'll have 2. What's the... what? Where is it? 30. Yes, 30, so they can go 60. I'm gonna go ahead and have... Where is the cave with the people?
Right here. The commander is
beautiful.
no longer on the map, so we can get rid of him.
I'd have like one of them just going like right around here,
Mm-hmm.
trying to encompass and protect the remaining folks. I want to try and almost make a snake canopy. It's a huge beast, and so it's just gonna like kind of try and protect them, especially above, because I ain't letting them collapse that tunnel on. I almost said cuntle. Tunnel.
I heard
on 'em.
that. You definitely said cunt. You said cunt on stream.
You didn't almost.
What?
did.
I can't hear you.
Man, that's 2
then
sassings in a row. You've said some
Too
sussy
many.
shit, okay?
I'm on thin ice. This whole town's built on a lake because it's on thin
I
ice.
suppose I should switch to the battle music.
know.
So, you have 1 snake in there. You can move them
This
accordingly.
one
Okay.
snuck, this other snuck goes there to not attack this round, but just
Dash action.
intimidatingly. And then this one is going to
Hissing.
try and circle around. It's just hissing and pissing, baby. Hissing and pissing. And
But you said they're
this one's
huge,
gonna-
right? So, like,
Yeah, baby. And this one's going right about here. Same
So they
thing,
would-
dash action, just...
huge would be that big.
Oh,
These things
I'm
are-
so happy.
This is some big ass snakes, my dude. Holy shit. Okay.
The Hydra is complete.
So none of them can
I've-
attack this turn. We need to get you some snake minis. This is a bunch of sharks. People are gonna watch the stream and be like, "Why is there a bunch of sharks on land?" And you're like, "We make do with what we
They're
got."
They're land sharks, don't you know?
Gregory
Land
does like sharks, so it would
I've
make
added
sense.
like you say shark now. Like look at you. You have
did.
sharks,
I have a
badgers,
problem.
spiders, and wolves. I did not give you shark. That's my mistake, or snake. That's my mistake. Either
There's
way.
a snake right there. There's Snaky.
That's all their turns. This guy also you can get right in the cave because it's funny. And then Mantuka, you also get a surprise action.
The 2 archers that had arrows pointed at the enclosure, are
All
they
f-
actually on the map?
Yeah, this guy and that guy
Oh,
and
okay,
that
cool,
guy
cool,
and that
cool,
guy.
cool.
They're all 4 of them have arrows trained directly on that.
Yeah, let's touch it. Store. I'm gonna come up here, and I am going to aggressively rub my temples and ignite my jazz tiara
Yay!
and attempt to jazz tiara them.
Scorching Ray, the 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
18 and for the first one, and 21 for the second one. I get 1 more ray. 12.
Okay. So the 12 is not going to hit, but the 18 and the 21 do. Which 2 are you aiming at? Or are they all going same dude?
I'm gonna do them on the leftmost archer.
That guy.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna give them a
So
blue. You
7
get a blue
fire, and then
Okay.
10. So 17 fire damage for that
Ooh.
fucking twat wobble.
Love that. So he takes the hit. The 2 scorching rays both plow into his chest and kind of knock back. His bow kind of comes off target a bit, and he has to reset, catch his breath, and then get his target back on. That will be your surprise round. Now, we'll say your troops are just coming in. Like, you guys witnessed this all happen. The troops are going to be in next round with everybody
Just
else.
shaking it out. Just shake it out. Get ready for battle. Battle procedures. Woo!
Mhm.
Hoorah!
However, as the round starts, Stanislav, you feel yourself just get whipped away from the area, like you've almost just been sucked up into the ether, and you feel like your insides kind of contorting and twisting. It's the first time you've ever teleported long distance. It's not a pleasant feeling.
Yeah.
And then you kind of snap your vision too as you find yourself in a fairly large prison cell. I want you to roll me going to say history with advantage, because this is somewhere you recognize.
Can I guidance it?
That's enough. You've spent enough time here. You find yourself on the other side of the bars, and then facing you is the commander. You look around, and you've been here before. Some time ago. Very, very long time ago, before you were first sent to Pillarstone on that boat on which you all started the journey. You find yourself in the basement of Ikesh. Your former master, your former owner, and a trainer of gladiators here in the city of Tursa. You see the Imperium commander standing across from you. You recognize the place?
Is he inside the cell with me?
No, he's on the other side of the bars.
Still holding my hand?
No, he let go as soon as he came up. If you want to try something, you can before he releases. That's up to you.
Not if there's a set of iron bars in between us.
Yeah, you're familiar with them. I assume you recognize the place.
Feels just like home.
It's because it was for such a long time you spent here. And while your former master did lift the bounty on your head, I am sure you will still pay a hefty sum for your return. In fact, maybe we
Wouldn't
should
be surprised if there's new bounties for, all the other new stuff I've done already.
Oh, there is. But I decided personally that this would be the place for you to serve out your time. In fact, let's ask him if he's okay with you returning to the fold. And he looks over. You see coming down a set of wooden stairs into the basement, Ikesh, your former master. Very plainly robed in his usual fashion. Nothing's really changed. Just below the appearance of being inordinately wealthy. They're nice clothes, but they're not at the pinnacle. You see the long, greased black hair and the thin mustache and goatee. Welcome back. It's been a while.
Well, if it isn't the man who's named after my horse.
I can take that. You, on the other hand, will take much worse. Welcome home, Stanislav. So glad to have you back. And he just stands there, hands crossed, and we'll snap back over to the fight. The start of the initiative order, the archers get to go. So where do you want them to be? They kind of spent the surprise round getting situated. You got 6. Where do you want them? You can all come up here. They can try to climb up and scale the cliffs around you to get high ground. What do you want your archers to do?
I'd like them to be up around here, just overarching, just give them line of sight, because up there, I think they'll have a little bit of high up range on these individuals, potentially, or better sight lines.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there. See where the battle takes us.
Okay, and you have 6, so there's gonna be one there and one. Hey. There you go. You have 6 archers.
Definitely love it if they weren't clumped together.
I mean, you said all up there. Okay, so we'll go over here too. We'll go over here too. Maybe up here.
I appreciate you.
I got you. There you go. So your archers get situated. They do have an action. If you would like to command them to shoot, you do see all of the archers still training their arrows on that cave. However, they have their orders.
Okay, I'm gonna point to the injured one and say, "Loose."
Okay, since this is a targeted attack, roll me a d20 and add 3. That's their attack roll. They don't have any magical gear yet, so no bonuses. A 12 is unfortunately not going to meet his AC. As they just unleash a volley, he kind of dives out of the way of a couple. One glances off his armor. They do not manage to find their way through as a unit, unfortunately. He just looks up at you.
That was a ranging arrow.
Good try. We need to work on the unit. Okay, Mantuka,
That was
you're up.
What that means?
You're up. What do you want to do?
Okay, so boom, boom. How high is this little ravine
Where?
rock wall thing?
That is about a 20-foot drop down into the bottom. Your archer's about another 20 feet up.
So with 40 feet of movement, it takes me 15 here, 20 to get down, and then I'd probably just end my and my turn there-ish.
Between the tents, most likely, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to use my dash, because then that's just naked Mantuka waiting to get thumped. Yeah, this isn't necessarily my fight. I'm just going along. I'm just gonna hang out here.
Okay. You just make your way down the cliffside as you do. Your archers are starting to loose volleys against the other archers. Okay. That will be your turn. Next up is going to be the foot soldiers. This one's going to immediately move over here and engage with your snake, Gregory. So they're both... Actually, he's going to go next to his buddy, so they get their AC bonus from forming a little shield wall. Little shield adjacency bonus. They're both going to make a couple of Warhammer attacks. Just one each. 19 to hit your snake.
Yeah.
With 7 points of bludgeoning damage, so he just kind of steps forward and bop, I do have disadvantage. So it's better. So it still hits. Love that. It takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage. The hammer just slaps down on its body. The next one's going to take its roll. It's a 7, so that one's going to miss. He swings the same way, very much in the same fashion as part of the unit. The snake taking the first hit realizes and kind of coils itself out of the way of the next one and doesn't take any further damage from it. That'll be it for them. You're up. You still see the archers just trained on this spot. What are you doing?
Gregory's gonna go ahead and just take like 2-3 steps forward and still holding just shards of this disintegrating mask that's slowly kind of forming, but it still kind of looks like it's used a lot of its power. And just looking forward, he himself, without touching the box, just points forward and says, You've taken enough from me. And a little glint of fire is just gonna kind of fart its way over, and it looks like it's nothing, but then as soon as it lands right here, it's just going to very slowly. It doesn't like, it just kind of like a sunrise almost just starts enveloping, and I'm going to cast Fireball and spell sculpt it so it doesn't hurt any of my friends.
How many people can you help with spell sculpting?
5.
There's a cavern full of villagers down there.
Can I get it like... Let's aim it more like here.
Yeah, 20-foot radius, so that would be it.
Get it? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, well, I'm assuming you want to get it so you can hit the most possible people without hitting your dudes.
Yeah,
So
and anything that
would...
like the ones on the edge here.
Yeah,
those are the ones I'll spell sculpt.
Okay, so that would get 2 of the archers and the 2 footmen.
God love
Makes
you.
sense. What's up, Chris? Oh, it looks like your hand's up. Oh, okay, my bad. It looked like hand was up. Okay, so 4 deck saves. Let's go.
Yeah, it's gonna be a...
The foot. Yeah, it looks like you were raising a no hand up. So the foot soldiers both fail. The archers are going to also. Oof. They all fail. That one.
Lovely.
They all fail.
Kaboom.
What's the damage? Jesus.
What?
That one dice is stuck digitally. There it is.
24 points.
Oh, you
Okay,
can hear the...
We did hear the siren go by. That was hilarious. So this guy immediately enveloped in flame. So the one who's already taken damage from the scorching ray, already having been burned, is just completely enveloped by this like slow expanding fireball and slowly burnt to a crisp while he's just screaming for his life. The other archer, who's a lady, definitely takes the brunt of it, and she kind of comes out the other side, still ready to unleash her arrow, but singed to a crisp. Her skin is blistering. She is okay, as are these two, but they're all now standing easily bloodied and like just barely, eyebrowless, body hairless, very much like Mantuka after his fireball incident last week. That'll be it for your turn, correct? They're all just like recovering from the fireball and doing what they can to get ready. Oh my god.
Gregory, you look over and he's just kind of pointing, just stoically staring, and his eyes are kind of glowing vaguely yellow, and he just mutters under his breath, "Your turn, boys." And the snakes are gonna go ahead. This one's gonna pop up. Is that like a cliff face here?
Yeah,
or is it
that's
more
like, so this is the ramp, right here is the ramp down into the valley. So this is still about a 20-foot lift up, and then it kind of goes down along that edge.
Right. The snake's gonna keep skirting, Skirt, skirt. And beep. This one's gonna
Just the
go
giants.
ahead.
I need to get you some snakes. That's my bad. We just got a
I
bunch
like them.
We got land
kinda
sharks, motherfucker.
They're like decrepit looking sharks too. I love it.
Yeah, they're kind of fucked up.
They kind of fucked up.
Kinda
And the
fucked
one
up.
that's getting beaten up, he is gonna go ahead and take some smicks. Go. One's gonna bite. Yeah, I'm gonna bite. Bite him. Let's go. Come on. No, that's probably not it, eh? 14
is not gonna
Can I
do it
eat
with
people?
their. They should be able to. Not gonna do it. The two of them just lock their shields side by side and kind of brace themselves. The snake just slaps uselessly off the front of the shield. Unfortunate. Slaps
God damn
limply off the front of the shield.
Limply. And then the one that's protecting, he is gonna go ahead and just yeah, no, he's not gonna do anything too crazy. He's gonna keep doing that. Just gonna keep on. It's got like you ever see how Jafar, when he turned into a snake in Aladdin, the way he kind of like circles up and then over. That's how we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna do.
He's gonna try to protect them. There's more people in there than he can possibly encapsulate, but I will say he's manages to shelter at least 6 peeps, give or take. This is a
And mostly
massive
focusing
cave.
on that the mouth, because he doesn't want him shooting. He's just kind of like he's being like a door, really.
Yeah, no, he's doing his best, but it definitely seems like he'll at least be able to help some people should there be a collapse. That going to be his turn or your turn, however?
Yeah,
okay,
that's
next
me.
up, you got your foot soldiers, Mantuka. What do you want them to do?
How far? We're there.
Yeah.
They're just we're gonna use the dash action with them because the intent is to get them, like, to come down the ramp, I guess, and clean up anything up on the upper area.
And we're not being clustered. We are not being clustered. Okay, there you go. That'll be it for them. Next up is the archers, who, having received their orders, if any hostile actions are taken, they are to fire at the cave, and they all do.
Oh, your archers. I don't like those archers.
My archers, the bad ones. They all fire. All 3. And they are aiming just at the top of the roof of the cave, trying to shatter it into pieces. And there is 3 of them currently, and they can each do multiple arrows. So they're gonna fire. First one's gonna fire his first 2. Both hit. It's a side of rock. That doesn't matter so much as the force damage. Okay, next one's gonna go. Okay. And then the last one is also going to fire. Miss and miss, unfortunately. That's not going to do it. So, all together... Sorry, I have to make sure these numbers are right, because this is important. Okay.
What am I doing?
So you all watch as the archers all line up their shots, fire. All of the arrows just hit the top of the cavern mouth and begin bursting and exploding. You see cracks starting to form and the earth begin to shift and move as the rock begins to collapse in. They didn't quite do enough damage to collapse it outright, but you can see it is already unsteady, and every turn it will have a chance of collapse. So be mindful of that. I'm going to roll percentile right now to see how much has been affected, and we will continue rolling as time goes on. Okay. Pretty high. It's not looking great. You see like cracks just beginning to spread out from the mouth of the cave. Some of the people inside of it are looking up and beginning to scream and begin panicking and kind of pushing each other, trying to jostle their way out of the cave. But they're getting stuck on each other, and then they have the snake kind of forming a protective roof barricade over them. It's just a cluster of madness as explosions just start going off one by one by one. You guys don't think you have much time. However, back at the start of the initiative round, Stanislav, what are you doing? You find yourself now in this prison cell in the basement of the Ludus, where you were first trained to be a gladiator, face to face with the commander who just offered you a deal and imprisoned you, and your former master, Ikesh.
Well, I still have all my shit, and I'd like to see them try and come and take it.
Mm-hmm. You do?
I'm basically just gonna hang out there until they want to do something. And just kind of stand right in the middle of the cage.
Roll. There's not really a roll for this. You've experienced this treatment before. You know the enchantments that are put in place. While you do still have all your gear with you, the magical properties that made it all so special are seemingly nullified within this space. Ikesh is just looking at you. He smiled, said it's nice to have you back. You spend the turn kind of like looking over your gear. You feel your connection to your god almost lost. You feel your ability to do simple magic lost. And you stand there just tiefling. Ikesh just smiles at you. Get comfortable. We will speak when you're a little more open to discussion. How about the drink? The commander looks at him. Sounds good. And they both make their way upstairs yet again. You find yourself just trapped in a cell. Back at where you started. We'll zip back to the party in their combat. Mantuka. Your archers are up. You gather this is the last chance you have to help these people. That is going to collapse at the end of this round.
Yeah. Mantuka's not so much the range guy, but I'll kill some land-based guys, and hopefully other people with range can deal with other stuff. That was kind of my range spell
It
already.
is your archers who are up right now, and then you. So you can take that in whatever order you want.
My archers are gonna focus on Jabron Lala.
Jabron.
They're gonna roll with the +3, and let's see if they 17. Probably not as good, but
17
hey.
will hit, I believe.
Fuck you, other archers, bitch.
It does, yeah. AC 16, so will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. So you have 6 archers, and it's a d6 each. So roll me 66.
66. Certainly.
As you command your entire unit to fire in one volley.
Yes. Boom shakalaka. Woo!
Okay.
It's 23 points of emotional damage to him.
As the archer fires her shot, blowing up the mouth of the cave, she is immediately met by 6 arrows, thudding into her torso one by one, as your entire archery unit takes a single volley against her. So the downside to those...
you didn't move, I was gonna get you!
Yeah, downside to the called shot is you roll against their AC as opposed to having to roll counter each other to see which unit comes out on top. But you did hit, so you do a bunch of damage. She just falls to the ground, gasping for air as like the arrows have just punctured several holes in her lungs. Next up, we have you. What do you want to do? You are on the ground. You see this massive anaconda fighting 2 Imperium foot soldiers who have just locked shields side by side. Snake seems to be having some trouble getting through. And you see the cave about to collapse on these villagers. What are you doing?
I'm not ranged! And then I'm gonna run and kind of like grab hold of the anaconda and like come down with my halberd with one of my attacks. While raging as I'm jumping onto the not jumping, but you know what I mean, emotionally holding, not emotionally, I'm physically holding onto it as I slice down with my attack.
Go ahead.
That's what I'd like to do.
Just trying to like push your way through the shield wall and stab at the Imperium guy. Got it.
And I'm gonna do it recklessly because why wouldn't
Don't worry, there's plenty of emotional holding on going on right
Oh
now.
my fuck! All right. Well, I take the rest of my other attacks.
Unfortunately,
and,
not gonna hit on that one. Big Sedge, not gonna hit. Natural 20. Go ahead.
Okay.
I will tell you, they both already took a fireball. Roll your damage to see how high you get if you want to. But that's gonna fucking do it. Like,
so I've got
that dude is dead.
At least 16. Oh my god. +3. Oh my god. So that's 22 slashing damage.
That'll do it.
Critical dice.
Yeah, you don't even.
Oh, and then another. Yeah, thank you. And then another.
Roll them for fun. Roll them for the lulls, for sure. You just step forward and try to like with the axe of your halberd, pull the shield wall down and then thrust forward, and the spike of your halberd just drives right past the shield wall and into the torso. And you twist it once, pull out, and the guy just collapses to the ground. His partner kind of looks over. grits his teeth and just pulls his shield up there, and he's got no choice but to hold his ground at this point. He looks over the shield. Don't suppose you'd be open to surrender?
I'll definitely let you surrender or think about it.
He's very clearly on the edge of surrender. He's genuinely asking at this point, like...
Throw your weapon down.
Just drops it. Just drops it. There's none. That's his turn is next, so he's responding to your slaughtering his buddy. Drops his spear right to the ground. Look, just doing as we're told. I'm not the one who stabbed her, and they're the ones shooting the cave. Just a foot soldier. He surrenders to you.
Yeah, well, it's on my turn. Like, if I can do something, then I'll bind him and just put him over, kind of out of the way of the devil fire.
I mean, at this point, he's just dropped his stuff. His whole turn is actively surrendering to you, so you can't quite get him tied up this turn, but you can like just hold him at spear point. Perfect. Okay, so that's his whole turn. Gregory, you see one of the foot soldiers surrender to Mantuka. What do you want to do? There are still the two archers up on the cliffside.
Yeah, Gregory's gonna go ahead and see that. He's gonna move ahead, though, being terrified of the rocky, crumbly sound he's hearing over there. So he runs 30 feet ahead there. And... is that 30? And... then... he's gonna Misty Step bonus action to right there.
Mm-hmm.
Go. Kaboosh.
Kaboosh.
Swirling massive... blinking, gross, blinky eyes just swirl around him and then blink, and then he's right there. And then... would that be close enough to be like the mouth of it?
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome! I cast my cantrip, Molder. A tiny little diamond pops out of the toy box, and then another one. And then they look around and you see that they're blinking eyes. They're actually little diamond eyes, and they look at the little cave, and then a small little whirl of mud comes up and you see a little mouth go, ooh! And the little, they fire towards the thing, and they're gonna try and mold the earth into ways that will band-aid it in any small way.
Okay. I love that. It's a cantrip, so this is definitely... this is definitely pushing the bounds of what a cantrip will do, but I'm gonna allow it because it's cool. I need you to roll me. I need you to roll me. I want to say nature. A nature check, because you're actually trying to fuse rock back together. Like, you're trying to take natural element of earth and refuse it. Roll at advantage.
Oh, thank you, God. Much better.
There you go.
God.
No, it's very smart use of a cantrip. Happy to give you advantage on that one.
Yay!
So as you cast it, your hands shaking, trying to maintain this spell as like you see the seams just... There's a couple loose rocks still in danger of falling, but you've definitely stopped the bulk of the collapse from happening. The two archers still stand arrows ready, but for the most part, you feel like you've definitely done a good job stopping their plan as it stands now.
And then I just kind of shout out, "Other archers, boys!" And this schnicky is gonna go right up here, and just like, how tall is this cliff face?
How tall? That one isn't as tall. That one's only about 15 feet up.
Fantastic. I'd like that snick to just like stand up best it can. You know,
it's a 15-foot wide creature. It can stand basically 15 feet up.
So this one archer just sees the snake like disappear under the cliff in front of it, and then just
slowly creep up.
Snap. Go. Where the hell is that thing? And then I'm gonna have the ones that were next to the guy who's given up. He's gonna go and join his buddy and making a barricade.
Okay.
There's my
easily
snack.
done. So
Bite
this dude's...
that guy.
You're gonna bite the dude who surrendered?
Oh no, he's this is a snack that just kind of goes like up.
Oh,
He's
okay.
just, like,
go ahead.
As soon as he's
Yeah,
right
23.
there, he's just kinda,
23 is gonna hit. Go ahead and roll.
And I thought that would do the damage too. What are you doing, D&D Beyond? Jesus. And damage. This.
Hey.
Get bit, bitch.
As the archer's kind of like readying itself, it's like, what the fuck? The snake head just slowly appears, lashes out, and just clamps onto the shin.
Da, 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 da.
I love that. Okay. That'll be it for your snake's turn. The other one, I take it, is still protective doming the people.
Yeah, and this one joins the other one. So, look, they make a little yin and yang.
Okay.
Look at how cute.
Oh, I love that. Okay. That'll be your turn. Next up are the foot soldiers, who see this fellow has surrendered. What do you want them to do? I don't think they have much by way of range, but
They don't have the range to make it to the surrendered party? No, because they're
yeah, I mean, they could jump down the cliff or just climb down.
No, they're stupid. They'll fucking get hurt.
That's fair. That's valid.
They're just gonna keep coming along here as far as they can to make it down here towards, consolidating on the objective.
Sure, sounds good. They're kind of making their way this way. We're going to have them be right there, making their way towards the archers. Next up is the Imperium archers, who you see both, had their longbow at the ready. One gets attacked by the snake. They both look at each other, and you guys have fought these guys enough. You know they really only get, 2 big uses of the splody arrow, and they both just turn and take off together and run towards the knight. You do get an attack of opportunity, Gregory, with your snake.
Da 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 da.
Please hit.
Da.
No, unfortunate. So as the individual turns and runs, the snake snaps at its heel, and he just manages to get out of the way, and they just both vanish off into the mountains. They leave the map entirely using their whole dash action.
That one snake is kind of biting at the ground in front of it. Just
just trying to get it. And as you guys now stand, this rock press or this cavern just precariously repaired, barely holding together. Your one surrendered Imperium soldier in the ground. Some of the people begin coming out of the cage. The woman on the ground who was stabbed is still coughing, still alive, and you see the man who definitely appears to be a relative go over to and roll her over onto the back and immediately start applying pressure to the wound in her torso. And as he's just there, hands on her chest with bandages, trying to stop the bleeding. And Stanislav, you find yourself in a very familiar cell. We will end things for today and pick up next week with what is sure to be a very interesting adventure going forward.
This was one of the best ones we've ever done. This was amazing.
That got intense. Intense. So,
well, if it isn't the consequences of my actions.
that will...
Here to say hello.
That will happen sometimes, but it's okay.
The man named after my horse.
That was a good one.
This is actually...
That was a good one.
Me up.
This could be opportune, so we'll see. See what happens.
Yes, I was just thinking that. At first, Greg's distraught. This might be the worst thing that's ever happened to Greg. But Ryan is just like, oh, this might be the perfect inn.
Okay, we gotta find...
We'll see.
Just doing some streams. You know what Wraithwall's streaming? I've got to raid him in a minute, so let's go ahead and raid over to Wraithwall. So, that'll be it for today. We will be back next week, usual time. I will be here tomorrow doing some Stardew with Ryan, maybe Chris if he's up for it. We will see who's all there. Other than that, Ryan, what are you doing? You doing a stream tonight?
Yeah, baby, we're streaming tonight. I'm probably gonna be playing a little more SNES and drawing some friends, and then I think maybe we'll do some Fall Guys or Overwatch capping.
Hell yeah! Well, I'll be sure to swing in and say hello.
Games.
Peter,
play all SNES.
as well, has the Fire Mission battery going. Do you have anything new coming out you want to tell the people about, or is that a surprise? You got any surprises?
Nothing new, just focusing on stock right now.
Lisa.
Check us out on Instagram and Facebook, Fire Mission Battery. See what we're doing, and I'll let you know what I'm doing there as well. Boom, boom.
Good. All right,
Go Tampa Bay
everybody.
Buccaneers.
So we are going to raid out to Wraithwall. If you haven't already and would like to, swing into the Discord, check that out. Go to the YouTube where all of our D&D videos are uploaded a week after they come out. We post little shorts in leading up to that shit. Chris, you got anything going on you want to tell the people about? Anything new with you? I feel like you're the only one. I have to give you what's new?
Nothing. I live in a shitty small town with no job opportunities. So if anyone wants to hire me for anything, good to go.
He's good with his hands, trust me.
I have some ideas.
We'll relocate for shelter.
There you go. I'm shouting you out either way.
Yes.
Anyway, so y'all.
Stale bread and flat beer.
Thank you for the cheer, Dro. I appreciate you. Thank you for dropping the 100 biddies. You don't have to do that. We appreciate you hanging out,
Dro.
being a part of the stream. Everyone go show some love to Dro. Maybe they'll stream sometime. Anyway, it's always nice to have you. Thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate you. In the meantime, y'all be good to each other. I'll see you tomorrow for some Stardew's Day. And I hope y'all just have a great night. Thank you for joining us on what has been a very emotional game today. We love you all. See you next time.
Emotional damage.
Bye, guys.